Item Number: SCP-3914. Object Class: Keter. Special Containment Procedures: as of the time of writing, all members of SCP-3914 remain uncontained and active. Given the considerable resources SCP-3914 has at its disposal, any operation to contain the group as a whole has been deemed infeasible. Instead, MTF Alpha-4, Pony Express, operatives have been embedded within Amazon.com Incorporated, and are to monitor the activities of any individuals involved with SCP-3914. In the event that an opportunity to capture a member of SCP-3914 should arise, MTF Psi-8, the Silencers, are to be deployed to detain the individual in question, and transport them to Site for containment and interrogation. Any anomalous object or entity created by SCP-3914 are similarly to be contained within Site for further study. Given the likelihood that SCP-3914's necromantic capabilities are derived from anomalous artifacts, the retrieval and containment of these artifacts is to be considered top priority for all Foundation agents embedded within Amazon. Should any attempt be made by SCP-3914 to begin retail and distribution of its anomalous products to the public, any dispatched objects are to be intercepted by MTF Alpha-4 agents in an operation mounted by MTF Psi-8 to locate and terminate all members of SCP-3914, in order to prevent an SK-class Broken Masquerade event. Description: SCP-3914 is the designation given to Amazon.com Incorporated's Board of Directors. Each individual member of SCP-3914 exhibits a unique anomalous ability, all of which exhibit properties consistent with necrothaumaturgy. Footnote 1. Thaumaturgy involving death and the animation of dead flesh. Successive members of SCP-3914 have each exhibited the same ability as a member whose position they took, suggesting abilities are not naturally possessed but rather obtained as a part of the process of joining SCP-3914, likely through the usage of an as-of-yet unidentified anomalous artifact. The members of SCP-3914 and their individual abilities are as follows. Designation: SCP-3914-1. Full name: Tom A. Alberg. Date joined: June 1996. Anomalous ability: reanimation of recently deceased persons, designated SCP-3914-A. Sentience is retained, but all reanimated persons are completely subservient to SCP-3914-1. All instances exhibit complete cessation of bodily functions. SCP-3914-2. Patricia Q. Stonecipher. February 1997. Reanimation of human remains, regardless of age. All sentience is lost during the reanimation process, but reanimated persons, designated SCP-3914-B, remain capable of basic motor function, and carry out all orders given by SCP-3914-2 to the best of their ability. SCP-3914-3. Thomas O. Ryder. November 2002. Forced manifestation of Class 4 incorporeal entities in the image of recently deceased persons, designated SCP-3914-C. SCP-3914-4. Jonathan J. Rubenstein. December 2010. Binding of incorporeal entities to inanimate objects. SCP-3914-5. Jamie S. Gorelick. February 2012. Shaping of biological material via mental command. SCP-3914-6. Judith A. McGrath. July 2014. Anomalous ability is currently unknown. SCP-3914-7. Wendell P. Weeks. February 2016. Anomalous ability is currently unknown. SCP-3914-8. Daniel P. Huttenlocker. September 2016. Complete cessation of life via touch. SCP-3914-0. Jeffrey P. Bezos. Date joined, not applicable. Anomalous ability, none. SCP-3914-0 appears to be an SCP-3914-A instance, used by SCP-3914 as a public figurehead. The members of SCP-3914 all seem to share the same goal of financial success of Amazon.com Incorporated, and make full use of their abilities to achieve this end. To date, 37 clandestine warehouses and 3 factories staffed entirely by SCP-3914-B instances have been discovered, and at least more facilities are currently believed to exist. Study of SCP-3914-B instances captured during Foundation raids has shown that instances have been created from both recently deceased persons, primarily homeless individuals or missing persons, as well as remains exhumed from multiple mass graves, some instances showing a level of decay consistent with years of decomposition. Furthermore, several employees of both Amazon.com Incorporated and several rival electronic commerce companies, as well as multiple politicians, law enforcement officials, and other public figures, have been determined through extensive investigation to be in fact SCP-3914-A instances. It is currently believed that these instances may have contributed to the failure of several investigations into Amazon.com Incorporated regarding illegal business practices. SCP-3914 was first discovered in following the discovery of an SCP-3914-C instance bound to an Amazon brand virtual assistant device. Originally given its own designation, subsequent investigations determined the existence of SCP-3914 and several anomalies under the control of its members, including more instances of SCP-3914-C. For its part, the members of SCP-3914 appear to be aware of the Foundation's existence, actively instructing all SCP-3914-B instances to respond violently to Foundation personnel. As of the time of writing, however, SCP-3914 has made no attempt to directly contact the Foundation, and as such is believed to be entirely hostile. Addendum 3914-A. On March 18th, MTF Alpha-4 Operative D. Thompson reported a brief encounter with SCP-3914-1 and SCP-3914-8 in an elevator at Amazon.com Incorporated's headquarters in Seattle, Washington. Thompson reported that the encounter only lasted a few seconds and that no words were exchanged, suggesting it was of little importance. 3 months later, Thompson requested a transfer back to site, citing a belief that SCP-3914 was growing suspicious of him. Thompson's request was granted, and he left Amazon.com Incorporated the following day. On June 27th, Thompson arrived at site and immediately triggered thaumaturgical detection systems upon entering the site's lobby. Thompson reacted violently to this, lethally wounding the site receptionist and 2 facility security officers using his standard issue sidearm before he could be terminated. Following his successful termination, examination of Thompson's body confirmed he had undergone complete organ failure 3 months prior, suggesting he had been killed by SCP-3914-8 and reanimated as an SCP-3914-A instance on the day of the reported encounter. An inspection of his personal belongings revealed a sophisticated tracking device, suspected to have been produced on the orders of SCP-3914, concealed within his clothing. Following this incident, all infiltration of Amazon.com Incorporated by MTF Alpha-4 is to be halted indefinitely, with all personnel assigned to SCP-3914 to instead redirect efforts towards finding a method to contain or terminate all members of SCP-3914. Until this comes to fruition, all site staff are to be made aware that SCP-3914 is aware of the site's location and actively hostile to Foundation interests. As such, all staff should practice increased vigilance, and any evidence of potential surveillance or otherwise unusual activity should be reported to Site Director K. Ellis immediately. Addendum 3914-B. Following the event described in Addendum 3914-A, SCP-3914 has begun taking direct economic action against the Foundation. Several companies involved in supplying the Foundation with crucial parts and materials for use in equipment, including the reinforced metals used in containment chamber construction and electronic components of devices such as Scranton reality anchors and cant counters, have been purchased by Amazon.com Incorporated. Furthermore, some companies have chosen to end previous contracts with the Foundation abruptly and without explanation, despite having suffered no such buyout. As such, it is currently hypothesized that members of SCP-3914 have killed and reanimated the directors of these companies as SCP-3914-A instances. Finally, several cemeteries in close proximity to Foundation sites globally have been targets of grave robbing incidents. prompting concerns that SCP-3914 may be deliberately seeking out deceased Foundation personnel to reanimate, likely either to gain further information or to affect morale amongst current Foundation personnel. Due to the strain put on Foundation resources by these economic attacks, senior staff have issued a formal request to O5 Command to purchase the remaining suppliers, bringing production directly into Foundation control and preventing any further buyouts by SCP-3914. Thank you all for watching, and a special thanks to all my patrons. If you want to help support this channel, go ahead and visit my Patreon for early access to videos, skip recommendations, and other Patreon benefits.